Alright guys, you're back with us here at Beamer Sun Garage. We appreciate you coming back. So we're just going to do a little video here today to show you what it's like, to cut your lawn, on a daily basis. But before we get to that, we got to do a little pickup. Mower don't like to chop that up, it's not good for it. But we got a blaster over here that is not for the faint of heart, okay? Unfortunately, we got a couple haters still, and they need to get a life and, maybe like find a girlfriend and grow up and, move out and get your own place and become a man instead of a little bitch, okay? So they're saying that this is a beginner's quad, okay? That's a 200cc YZ, excuse me, not YZ, but Yamaha Blaster, 200cc. Now this particular bike has a bigger jug, bigger piston, bigger cylinder, bigger head, a bigger top end on it. I believe it's the big bore kit on this bike. And it's been rebuilt, and it's definitely not stock. And this bike has an FMF power core exhaust system on it. This is not a beginner's bike. This is something for an advanced rider. A beginner's bike is, for instance, for a motorcycle. Here's your beginner's bike. You start off on a little, thing like that, and that's your beginner's bikes for your motorcycles. Now a quad, usually people start off in like go-karts and stuff like that, and then they start off with like a 50cc or maybe a 90, but you just don't jump on a 200cc and start beginning to learn how to ride. My son, here's a perfect example. He won't hardly ride this thing because it scares him. It can hurt. It'll flip over on it. It likes to, front end likes to come up. It's a wheelie bike, as he's called it many times. It's a fun bike, but it's not a beginner's bike, okay? I'm glad we cleared that up. So over here, we got our brand new Craftsman that my dad would love to see if he was still breathing. He would love it. He sure would. He'd love it in his garage. Yeah. He might even get back out there and get on it, knowing him. So here's what you do. First thing you do is you have to check your gas. And we know we're low. You see that right there. And you check your oil. And it's full. But you should wipe it off. You can pull it and get a reading, but it's not going to be what we call around here accurate. So we wipe it off, then we'll re-stick it, and we'll get an accurate reading of what our oil level is. Okay, and it looks clean, and it's full. Okay, so there's that. And we gotta put gas in it. Of course, that's a whole nother issue. These new gas cans that they're making got these lids on them that are just a pain in the you-know-what. So we usually just take the whole thing off and just pour it right out of the spigot. We don't mess with it. It's got a liner in there. There's a plastic liner inside there that, I don't know if you can see that or not. Yeah, you can see that. And it's just a pain in the butt. It really is. But we'll just take it and we'll just pour it right out of the side of the can. Right out of the 5 gallon. We've got a 5 gallon can full of fuel. Well, not full, but it's got fuel in it. And we'll just fill it right up. This is the fuel. It's got ethanol in it, which I hate. We hate the ethanol fuel that they have mixed with ethanol, which is some kind of derivative alcohol, but generic. Real generic. Terrible for your carbureted engines, your hoses, your carburetor gaskets, O-rings. Just terrible. Okay, so we check the oil, we gas it up, the lid back on the can before it falls off one of your backup mowers. This is one of my old backup mowers. I think I paid $300 for this mower. I used it for summer, and it's got some issues. So I'm not wearing the gloves. I brought the gloves out. Should have gloves on. I don't like all this stuff all over my brand new tractor. All these like seeds or whatever they are. I hate that. Get off my Craftsman. It's weird for me to say Craftsman because it's always been John Deere. My John Deere. Well, I can smell that gas when I just filled it. Okay, here we go. We're gonna fire this thing up. It ain't been running in a long time. Oh, here we go. Quite right up. And there you go. Alright guys, so I showed you a little bit what's involved in just cutting your grass. And, you know, there's satisfaction out of it. I mean, right here. Here's the proof, you know. You know? I mean, there's nothing like it, you know. You cut your own lawn and you do it yourself, you know. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Still not done, it's just a quickie. We'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye-bye. That is not a beginner's bike, guys. Don't believe what they're saying. That bike will hurt you, cripple you, especially for a beginner. Jaffrey. Bye-bye.